Morning. So something interesting that we're learning in school, or that I'm learning in school this semester, it's the course is family issues in counseling, and so we just started and we're looking at genograms, which I don't know if I've mentioned in my videos that this summer I decided to do a DNA test through the Ancestry.com. Boy, I'm tongue-tied this morning. And finding out not only where I came from, and learning some new facts about that. I didn't know I was Scottish, a good portion Scottish, so from Scotland. That was interesting, but also kind of going through my family tree and seeing, relatives that I didn't know I had, learning who my great-great-great-grandparents were and where they were from and their lifestyle, and it's all fascinating. But getting back to the class, so we're doing genograms, which is basically a graph of, the family tree, but there's different symbols and shapes to represent, female, male, living, dead, oh boy, traffic's really busy this morning. You can label them with all kinds of things, like with one of the ones that I'm making for my family, there's a lot of mental health and addiction, right? Also kind of like family dynamics. There's a lot of depending on the generation, there's a lot of divorce, right? There's a lot of half brothers, sisters, stepsisters, brothers, what have you. So it's just kind of interesting to look at the big picture and see how, and I've talked about how things are genetically passed down, right? And part of that is true. Well, not part of that is true, but like 50% of your makeup is like if you have a mental illness, 50% of that is from genetics, and the other 50% is from the environment, right? So it's both. It's like a perfect storm, a combination of different stuff. And so if you have mental health in your family, if you have substance use in your family, if you have lack of communication in your family, if you have dysfunction in your family, if you have abuse, whether it be physical, verbal, emotional, financial, those environments are kind of passed down too, right? Because we learned from our caretakers and they passed down what they learned, and so that's how the cycle kind of continues. And it's just interesting to look at that and say, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I understand that now, right? It's not just me, it's not just my parents, it's not just my environment, it's everything. And kind of looking at, okay, how can we make this better? How can we make the change so that this doesn't keep continuing generation to generation? On the flip side, you've got some rituals, you've got some family heirlooms, you've got some traditions that are passed down from generation to generation, right? And looking at your family history, you can say, oh wow, that's where I've gotten that, I'd like to keep this in the family, I like to pass this down, right? This heirloom or this tradition, right? And so it's both. It's not just negative. It's also looking at things that maybe you want to continue in your family, passing it down to generations, or cancel out or stop the intergenerational trauma or what have you. So very interesting. I'm writing a book actually with more explanation about genetics and environment and stuff, and so stay tuned for that. I am writing it kind of like as it applies to my life, but also in general, like this is what happens. So look forward to that. I'm not sure what I'm going to be eating yet, so it's still in the early stages. But I will keep you posted, and I hope you enjoy my videos. If you do get anything out of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear your insight. And until next time, please stay well. Peace.